Okay, so this is part two of what I talked about a while ago when all this first got started. I ain't talking about the Ponzi scheme. I ain't talking about. You're gonna enjoy this one, well, some of y'all. I know I am, cause it just hit me like wham, like wow, the revelation just came. I'm like, okay. So I said, okay. So basically, I was on the phone. Well, no, this is me and my wife first got married, and we first moved to the apartment. So we got to the apartment, and we were sitting there, and we were going through some stuff. And next thing you know, we were going through it bad. It got real bad. Like in the beginning, like it shouldn't have got that bad in the beginning, because just folks started getting in her ear. But she was already like that. You know what I'm saying? She tried to go straight, but whoever got in her ear just took her another way, and she went all the way out there. So I was at the house, and there was a woman of God we used to call all the time, and we used to pray together. All of us used to pray together on the phone. I ain't gonna say her name, but Lord just Holy Spirit said don't say her name. He said don't speak her name. So we would call each other and pray. I had my own prayer line. And we would get on the prayer line on the evening, even if it was just us three. We get on there and pray, and then one day, you know what I'm saying, it got real bad, and I was sitting in the room crying like I had to call her and ask her to pray for me. Now my wife wasn't praying. She had just stopped. Just she started acting weird. You know what I'm saying? And I couldn't understand it. I really couldn't figure it out. I didn't know what was going like. So it got to the point I was like real scared. I was in the room by myself, locked up in the room, in a separate room in the apartment. And all I kept saying was like she was gonna do something to me. I ain't know what. I couldn't figure out what was going on, but what I was experiencing was heavy warfare that quick when I wasn't supposed to. And I wasn't nowhere even equipped for that. Like I wasn't nowhere where I'm at now. But then, man, I was finna run. Like I was like scared, spooked. So I got on the phone with her and asked her to pray for me. She prayed, and while she praying, I'm touching and agreeing, and then she started prophesying. And she said, these were her words. She said, um, Valencia is involved in a murder plot against your life. And I was like, are you serious? Then she was like, as as you begin to seek God, no, no, she said that God was going to start revealing more and more about Valencia as long as you seek God. And I was like, wow. And I just broke down in tears. I couldn't, I ain't, I was devastated. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't believe what I was hearing. But it lined up, even though I didn't want to accept it or receive it. It lined up because I was dealing with what I was dealing with, and then she come with that word. Like, wait a minute. So now this is what it come to truth right here. So um, I later on later on, I exposed it to my wife. I told her that what the woman of God prophesied, and my wife was mad as I don't know what when I told her. And she was so mad to the point where she packed her stuff and moved to my mama house. Shouldn't nothing make you that mad where you got to go over there? You can't talk to me. So it was just like at that point I'm like, yeah, I got to be hearing the truth. It got to be true for you to get up and run, for you to get mad. You know what I'm saying? And all the women of God kept saying, well, I don't mean to cause no confusion. You're not supposed to be. You don't supposed to cause no confusion in nobody's marriage. But that wasn't what she was doing. She was speaking the truth. She was prophesying what thus saith the Lord. Now, why it gets interesting. My wife turned her back on me and went back to Florida. When she went to my mama's house, and then it went crazy when she was over there. She did what she wanted to do over there. Was doing the same thing she's doing right now, but at my mama's house first. That's where it started at. Then she was doing it at different places in Augusta. Like a friend's house, my mom's friend's house, my mom's friend's mom's house, who's no longer living, but she was over there. And that's where people was going all times of the night, all night long, doing what they want to do with her. And then she come back over there and was like, You can see her bags under her eyes. Like well, why are you up all night? You say you working at a house. Why are you up all night? I see now. I know why. So skip fast forward. Now I'm sitting here and I got to thinking. When my wife went back to Florida finally, that's what she did when she went back down there. When she came, well, and when she went to back to Hollandale, she went back to the mama house. But that's what she was doing when she was down when she came down there. So while I'm up there in Augusta, I'm at the apartment by myself, going through the woe is me and all that lonely nights, crying, tears on my pillow, and all that kind of stuff. And I called the woman of God that prophesied to me, and the woman of God began to act strange. I just didn't understand why she was acting so strange. So I'm asking why she wasn't like, and then she began to tell me that my wife Valencia went to her house. She went to her house, but she would never tell me what happened when she went over there. And then when I spoke to Valencia, Valencia denied and said she never went down there. So I left that be for a while, for a long, very long time. Okay, Valencia, this is what the Holy Spirit just said. Speak to her. So I'm gonna speak to you. I know what you're doing because God been showing me, and I'm not no crazy delusional person just because you're a witch trying to deceive me to get me to be unconfident about what I know God told me because I know I'm a prophet. And witches don't like prophets. You've been a witch the whole time. You've been sold your soul. Well, no, I'll take that back. You did not at first. You was involved, you was weak, and you was listening to other folk in your ear speak to you damnation, curses, all kind of stuff. So, the Lord spoke to me and told me that when, the reason why this person, and you know what I'm talking about, was acting so strange on the phone with me was because when you went to her house, she sold her soul by way of you. She slept with you. You made her some kind of way. Something happened. You put a spell on her. You did something. You did what took place. Well, okay, the Lord said he want to speak. He said, you have exposed her. He said, now I am vindicating. He said, fighting for my son, whom you played with. Sleeping with multiple men. And murdering those who would not submit. Says Jehovah. He says, stay away from my anointed. Or you won't be purified. For I am doing a new thing. And you won't defeat my true authority. Thus says the Holy Spirit. And you're with a woman now. But she's going to turn on you. and you will be embarrassed. I am working for my son. It it is going to be a breakthrough for him. Starting now. This is why his Facebook page was infiltrated when you put him in the hospital. And catastrophe is coming. To you, says God. For I have warned you. And I have warned you. And I have warned you. They are all looking at you. And they don't want to deal with you anymore. See what I am doing. It is going to be turning for him. Thus says God. And they are stopping. And the woman that you with gonna be purified. And work for my kingdom. And you will be hiding for a long time. Shame will cover you. You are exposed. This is what you reap. For I am God. And there's no one besides me, says God. they are now going to run from you. A turnaround has come. Says God. I told you to stop.